some reason, I've been getting a lot of email from women lately. I get it. You're looking for advice in the kitchen as well as about men. And you need someone who's just cocky enough to think he knows a lot about both. That would be me. For instance, here's an email I got from Melinda up in Portland, Oregon. It reads,
Dear JP, why do people buy fancy food processors when a simple old blender does the job?
Well, the truth is, Melinda, people like toys. The bigger, the better. I should know, I've got a ton of them under my bed. But when it comes to the food processor versus the blender, all I can say is both pack a lot of power like me, but my toy of choice is a Cuisinart. It's a French sounding word for an American product, but if it even sounds remotely French, I am so on top of it. Which brings me to a much more important question, which is, what are the most important tools to have in the kitchen? The most important tool to me is a really good, very sharp, long knife. The best are at least 8 inches long. But as I was doing my research online, it became very clear to me that most of you don't know what 8 inches really looks like. So let me just whip this out. The next time your husband slash boyfriend slash boy toy tries to tell you what 8 inches looks like, take this out of your kitchen drawer and see if he measures up. Just don't get too close or you might end up seeing what 4 inches looks like. Every kitchen also needs one of these. This is a cast iron skillet. But before you can use it, you've got to season it, which means you got to lube this baby up. And here's the technique that I learned long before I stopped wearing underwear. You preheat your oven to 350 degrees, then you add a little oil or bacon grease, or as I prefer, Crisco, which I happen to have just a little bit of right here. Turn this upside down and place this in the oven for an hour on the highest rack. Now, you don't want to get your oven all greasy, so it's a good idea to put a cookie sheet on the lowest rack. After that's been in the oven for an hour, remove it and let it cool. Now, for this to become a truly non-stick pan like Teflon, you need to do this process over and over again. Just don't run out of Crisco. One more item you should have. There are tons of uses for these. Here in Los Angeles, we eat a lot of spicy foods. So if you're working with peppers, like this for instance, you need protection. You don't want the oils from these peppers touching any part of the body, no matter how good of an idea it sounded like at the time. So, I need a volunteer from my crew. Okay guys, come on. Who wants to turn their head and cough for me? Come on, come on. Guys, oh come on, I'll be good, really.